constant complaint of so many clients that we've received in the last couple of weeks is this ongoing fatigue. People are saying, I'm just exhausted all the time, David. I feel like I get 8 hours of sleep, but I wake up totally exhausted, or I wake up irritable, or I wake up with anxiety in my stomach. It's like, why am I tired all the time? What's going on that's creating this ongoing fatigue? I have answers for you today and some solutions as well. The number one thing that we talk about in the world of psychotherapy when we're trying to change habits is remove first and add second. So when we're talking about someone that's really tired or feeling overwhelmed on a regular basis, we have to go, what is it that I need to remove? There's something I'm doing I need to stop doing. And then what do I need to add? I'm going to give you those answers in a minute. You're tuned into David Essel Live, America's most positive podcast in the galaxy, in the world, all over the place. Oh my gosh, Buzzsprout.com is where you can go. And we have thousands of hours from my Sirius XM radio days, as well as all of these most recent ones that we're doing. Buzzsprout.com is the place to go to catch all of our stuff. So let's go back into this fatigue. What's creating the ongoing overwhelm? What's creating the ongoing fatigue? If we go back 4 years ago, when the pandemic hit, this is when it really started to build. And over the last 4 years, people have gotten into bad habits. We've gotten in from one crisis to another crisis. And this is really where this overwhelming fatigue comes from. There's been so much uncertainty, right? From the pandemic, which creates anxiety and fatigue, to the presidential elections, which has been nothing but chaos and drama, to the inflation now that we're facing, to the wars in the world. There's all kinds of things that are draining our energy. We're feeling overwhelmed. The world is hurting. The world is grieving. And when there's this much going on, it's almost impossible to stop the world grieving, world hurting, world wars, and all this stuff in our country. It's hard to stop it from entering the subconscious, becoming part of a pattern, and draining us of emotional energy. The other thing is, how much are we gossiping? How much are we talking about the presidents? Whoever you hate, whoever you like. The more energy you put into that, the more exhausted you're going to be. What about the pandemic? I was having a session the other day with a client, and they were all worried because in Europe there's a new, a release of a new kind of a COVID, new formula, or whatever you want to call it, and she's freaking out. Now, it hasn't hit here yet, but because she has friends over in France, actually, is where her friends are, and they're telling her that everyone in Europe is all worried. Now, she's exhausted from following the news, right? So if you're following the news, if you're following social media, if you're talking to friends or family members constantly about everything that's wrong in the world and how prices are out of control, if this is our existence, wow, we're going to be exhausted, right? We're going to be really tired. We're going to be really overwhelmed. We're going to go into those periods of anxiety and depression. We're going to go into the serious issues with sleep. All of this is part of our active involvement in the world around us. And what's the solution? Remember what I said earlier, remove first, add second. So the very first thing I have my clients do is we create a list of what they're watching, listening to, reading, and who they're talking to on a regular basis. It's very simple to do, right? They're creating a list, and then we look at the list and we say, is this healthy? Is this energy producing, or is this energy depleting? Are these people energy vampires that are constantly complaining about everything that's wrong in the world? Well, if that's the case, then we need to remove the amount of time we spend with those type of people, right? You don't have to eliminate them from your life, but you might cut them down 90% if all they're doing is talking about all that's wrong. Same thing with the media. If you're watching the news and it's irritating you, it's creating great emotional upset, watching the same scenes from war or the political arguments or whatever it is, remove the media. When you remove that, you're taking away part of what is exhausting you. Social media, the same thing. Are you engaged? Is it bothering you? When you read posts on social media, does it bring you down? If so, let's remove it, right? Then what do we add? Oh my gosh. Add something that's exhilarating. Is it a hobby? Have you always wanted to learn how to tango, but you never have? Start taking tango lessons. Have you always wanted to learn how to write a book? Find out where there's courses on how to write a book. Have you always wanted to play tennis or get in shape or lose 100 pounds? See, we remove those things that are creating the fatigue first. Then we add things that will actually boost your energy, make you feel more alive. Maybe it's listening to more of your favorite music on a daily basis. Hey, if I can help you at all, go go to talkdavid.com. This overwhelm, this exhaustion, this fatigue is affecting probably 90% of the world, and we can help you by helping you decide what you need to remove first and what you need to add second. It's what we've been doing for 43 years. Also, there's 4 free books at talkdavid.com. So go there. If I can help you at all, I would love to. And until next time, have a really beautiful day and believe in yourself that you can make the changes necessary to lead a healthier, maybe even a more restful life. I'm David Essel. We will talk soon.